Ladies and gentlemen.
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 Can I please have your attention?
Now it's showtime. Are you ready? Are you ready for start time?
Let's find out. Ready? Let's go.
Honey, I got what you want. Give me all of your love, 'cause it's burning hot. It's what you do to me, babe, I can guarantee. Honey, I got what you need. Under the night sky, I want your eyes all on me. Don't tell me lies now, I always get mine. Don't play with me. Do you want it? Can you feel me? No. Can you handle it? Right. Do you want it? Don't put your love on hold. I can't take it anymore. Don't put your love on me now. Trust me and you will see it. Honey, I got what you want. Honey, I got what you need. Honey, I got what you want. Honey, I got what you need. Give me your love, no holding back, no. We could take it to the stars where you wanna go. The things that we can do, don't need to prove you know. Honey, I got what you want. Yeah. Under the night sky, I want your eyes all on me. Don't tell me no lies.
Hey there, are you ready to talk about videos, podcasts, and blogs? If so, you are in the right spot. So, hello, who's ready for some fun? I love making content, and especially now there are so many tools that are readily available to all of us. Things that the pros, big time players, used to only be able to have access to. Now you and I can actually dabble in some of the creative freedom to share our stories to help other people, including ourselves, helping our business grow. And what better way to find financial freedom than to be able to work for yourself, whether it's a full-time gig, a side hustle, a dream, or maybe even a nonprofit that you're running and you're trying to reach new levels. If that is you, guess what? We're going to have a lot of fun over the next 3 days. So let's dig in and start talking about some of the fun stuff. So I want to know, number one, where are you tuning in from? I am in the beautiful state of Michigan, and today was our first day of snow. There you go. I actually love the snow until it gets to the point that it's blizzard-like conditions. But yeah, for the most part, Michigan is a beautiful state. We get all 4 seasons, and today we're getting a little snow confetti. So how about that? But yeah, let me know where you are tuning in from. And, you know, I want you to also feel free to be interactive in the comments, network with each other, get to know each other a little bit more. And today we are broadcasting to multiple places, from my personal profile page to our Facebook group, Digital Marketing Strategies and Events, and even on my page, YouTube, Twitter, a whole bunch of other places. But guess what? Tomorrow, it's not going to be that way. So if you want to be able to have the full experience of the training that we are going to share with you for free, make sure that you go and you sign up so that you can fully get the best of what we're going to be dishing out. You can go over to elizabethmorosco.com/get motivated. There's still time to sign up right now. That'll give you access to some extra little bonus content that we'll be sharing, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So if you are not signed up and you happen to be seeing this particular training, go ahead. Sign up right now. It's absolutely free. Today we will be talking about some tips to really give you some clarity so you can understand video, podcasts, some of the things that happen in the logistics. And tomorrow we're going to dig in for more fun, something that's very important. It's planning out your show flow. That can be the thing that makes your show or breaks your show. And I'm going to share some insight to help you along the way. And then the third training day is going to be a whole heck of a lot of fun, and you don't want to miss that, because we're going to talk about ways that you can make income by doing all of this hard work. How does that sound to you? Sounds good to me. I like being able to make money. It provides a way for me to take care of my family, to be able to do things that I want, to really be able to live a self-designed format of happiness instead of just getting stuck in the 9 to 5. And if you are in the 9 to 5, I want to say to you, little things that you're going to learn over the next 3 days can help you level up and take your business to this next level. Hold on one second. Hello? Hello? Oh, okay. I'm live and I see other people on here, so I'm going to just keep going, assuming it's going. Okay. Turn it off my... Oh, it isn't? It's kicking him off. Okay, I'm going to figure it out. We'll figure it out. Okay. Bye. Okay, so somebody just said to me, I received a phone call. I only took it because it's a client, and I know she's tuning in today. So if you're having a hard time with your video, can you tell me in the comments below if it's spinning, or if you are having full access to the content, because we're about to dig in, you guys. We're going to give like the full scoop. Let me go over here and see what we got going on. I've got my phones and all kinds of stuff going on. I thought I was prepared, but sometimes I guess hiccups happen. Let's see, we have Facebook user, I am here and I am leveled up. Let me turn down my volume off. I am leveled up for the next hour of wisdom. Yes, right after this session, we will be doing the VIP. We have a hi Liz from Long Island. And here we go. The real fun begins, because now we've got New Zealand in the house. There you go. All right, so let me scroll down here. And then, of course, we've got Chef Leroy from Michigan. Yes, you probably are getting even more snow than we are. Okay, I'm going to keep going because Jacqueline is saying, no, she's not getting the spinning wheel. So I'm thinking, Shayna, maybe shut down your computer, reboot back up. Sometimes internet connections, weird thing happens, like Area 52. That's right. So you never know. So let's hope that that spinny wheel is gone. Hopefully we got it solved, and then we'll dig into some fun stuff. All right. So one of the things too, typically when you do a live stream or you're podcasting, turn your phones off so you don't have interruption. And, you know, if you have a lot of problems, people will usually tell you in your chat, but that way you can stay focused on the content you're creating. But I appreciate you guys telling me, because there's been times my audio has been off or different little goofy things have happened. All right, so I'm getting, she refreshed, all is good now. All right, so we're gonna dig in. Let's have some fun. You ready to have a little bit of fun? So real quick, just in case you missed this, make sure that you have signed up for this particular training. You can go to elizabethmorosco.com/get motivated. It's absolutely free. There's no charge to it. If you want to upgrade to VIP and have the full immersion experience, come on down. We're going to have a little fun. But for today, we are going to start with day 1 of getting motivated so that you can produce your own signature video series, podcast, and blogs. And over the next 3 days, all of these things that we're going to talk about all interconnect. So let's just have a little bit of fun and see where we can find some golden nuggets that maybe can help you get to this next level. So today we are going to be talking about vision for success. Tomorrow we'll follow up with show flow. And then Thursday we're going to be talking about different ways that maybe you haven't thought of for generating new income, which is a beautiful thing. And then a quick review. Our schedule for the training is going to be 4 p.m. Eastern, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Then, following right after this session, we will have a VIP session that will have access to the Zoom link. Darla, I know that you signed up just moments before we went live, so I will see if I can send you a Facebook message with the Zoom link. So just bear with me, and at the end of this broadcast, I'll go in and take care of that. And I'll also see if I can get the email sent to you. That's a different story. So take a look for that. We'll make sure that you get us connected. Thank you for signing up. This is going to be some great stuff. All right, so lost video. Oh no, I wonder what's going on with this stream. That's 2 of you. Okay, I don't know. I still see 3 people live, so I don't know. My internet's going though, so. All right, we're gonna keep going in. If you have any more problems, just let me know in the comments. Fingers crossed. Okay, here we go. So as we dig in, I just want to encourage you to turn off your devices so you don't get interruptions. Come in with an open mind and just be willing to show up for 3 days. If nothing else, after those 3 days, you are going to have a skill set that is going to help you really take your business to this next level. But part of it is having an open mind and be willing to try new things. I'm not going to lead you astray. I'm going to keep you on track so that you can truly be successful. So what would be the point of all this effort of going after creating videos and making blogs and podcasts? It's a lot of work, right? But there is a payoff in so many different formats if you really do jump in and say, hey, I'm going to dig in and do this. There are benefits, including videos and podcasts have very long shelf lives, especially if you get over to YouTube. It's a little bit of a different platform than what you find in Facebook, where it just gets stacked. With YouTube, it's long-term searchability. So somebody might be stumbling upon your content a week, a month, a year, or even longer after you actually produced it. And the same thing with podcasts. Also, going down this road can provide an opportunity for you to increase your sales, connecting with really high quality sales leads, because most of these people have had a chance to get to know you, understand a little bit more about your business, your product, your service, even you. So these are important things. Also, it has an opportunity for repurposing the content. You put it out there, and then lo and behold, what happens? You can repurpose it to little snippets, promos, so many other things, even reusing it for content, like a full-fledged piece of content in the future. And then also like the lead generation, but networking, getting to meet new people, getting to connect and grow your business in ways that maybe you haven't even thought of. So we're having a problem again. It says my phone, what's it say? I'm on my phone. The video seems to be having a hard time playing. Okay. So this is the question. I don't know if I should restart it. I don't know if this is a Facebook error. I just checked my internet connection and it's solid. I see I have 3 other people online. So I'm curious, Jacqueline, Chef Leroy, and Shayna, and Kim, are you guys maybe on Facebook? Because I'm wondering if it could possibly be a Facebook error. Because it's still showing that I'm connected. So I don't know. What to do? The contemplations of. All right, I'm going to keep going. Who wants me to keep going? Okay, I'm going to keep going. I see some hearts coming up. I'm going to keep going. Okay, so networking, and then also as you are exposing your business and your brand online, you're going to see more and more people who end up connecting with you because you build a sense of credibility. You have a place of authority with the information that you're sharing over and over. It's like somebody saying, I wrote a book on that topic. It's lending to your credibility. It's not just something you're passing by and doing. And also, if you're looking for a career transition, it's going to be detrimental for you to understand how to use video a little bit, because everything with business somehow, in some way, ties back into business video, right? So it's a good skill set for you to have. And then also, it is an incredible, fun, creative outlet. But I want to share with you a little bit of a story of like, how did I even get on this journey, and who am I to even talk about digital marketing or events? I've actually been doing events and marketing for over 20 years. I've owned my own agency for 17. And over that time, there has been so many changes and so many blessings. But my biggest blessing are my 2 sons. And they're a lot bigger than they are in this picture. But this is the thing. Now they're both in college. And in my heart, I always still think of them as just little guys. And they have been able to, witness some of the things that I've done over the years. They're starting to go at it. And, it's going to be interesting to see how their journey goes. But in life, as an entrepreneur, there's a lot of ups and downs. You wear sometimes multiple hats. You try different projects of things that work, that don't work. And you evolve. In my case, like I said to you at the beginning, I've owned my own agency for 17 years. And I started off with doing in-person events. This was after my stay in corporate America. I started at Ford Motor Company. I did their shows internationally. I worked there for 10 years. And then I started my agency. I eventually opened up a bridal boutique, a flower shop. We did events for large bridal shows. I had a bridal show that I produced called My Big Fat Genesee Wedding, among other things. And I actually started scaling really fast, from the entertainment that we provided to the marketing and event services. We were on the fast track, and I actually did about 27 episodes on ABC 12 on Sunday mornings, talking about things from events and family and so much more. And that was an incredibly insane time. I had a lot of growth, but at the same time, there was a lot of things that were transitioning in my life. I had a husband who became incredibly sick. He did eventually pass away, but he had long-term health care needs, plus so many things in our family of many people that passed away and coping through it. And during that time, I had to make some restructures, and I launched a magazine called Kudos. It was distributed in mid-Michigan it started like, I think, 9 years ago, maybe longer. It's been a while. But we focus on healthy, happy living, working with a local hospital and other sponsors to really get this powerful message about overcoming different difficulties in life. And our readership's about 50,000 offline, and many other things that we did online, including the need to start getting into video in podcasting. And at one point, I was going to the hospital to meet with different doctors and nurses and dietitians for these interviews. But then as the lockdowns happened, we had to make some significant changes. So I started dabbling with live streaming, in part because the in-person events were gone. They weren't happening in Michigan. And I still needed to get some great content out. So this turned into a new thing that I didn't even know was going to happen. And lo and behold, here I am a couple years later. So I think that happens sometimes when you're an entrepreneur. You think you're going to start one thing and that's your vision and your mission, but it changes, and that's okay. That's okay, because that's where the growth spots happen. And sometimes it takes baby steps for you to be able to get there. For me, it was many new things of embracing and trying and then growing. And I think that sometimes when we get to a point of something new that comes in our life, it can be a little bit difficult to be able to do that. So we're going to dig into this next one right here. This was one of the first live streams that I had done, and I think I actually done it on live stream and brought in Brooke, who's a wonderful lady from Children's Hospital for Children's Miracle Network, and we were celebrating some big wins that we had that year, even with the lockdown, getting people to donate and be a part of the hospital. So ultimately, this is the thing. Video has changed dramatically the way that we communicate. And in part, it's just become a little bit more personal, and being able to find the benefits or the different formats of video, it's endless. From interviews to training, even doing an ad promo, even taking your videos and putting them into podcasts. You can do videos for conferences, product demos, teasers, vlogs, audiograms, snippets, presentations, even embedding into your newsletter. Isn't that awesome? So I think that sometimes when we think of video, we might think of like long streams that we see on social media, but ultimately video is a powerful force that can be used in so many different aspects of our business. But you've got to step back and have a strong game plan so that you can stay on track and not just waste time. So here are some interesting numbers that I want to share with you so you can see the power of video. For starters, did you know approximately 85% of people that are on the internet watch videos online? Also, 55% of people watch at least one video online every day. And if you think that that's crazy, check this out. Around 60% of people would rather watch videos online instead of their TV. And I know that's me. I don't even really watch the TV. My mom comes over and I might catch a show with her. But yeah, other than that, I don't even know if I'd have a TV in my house. So there has been so many changes in the past few years that all of us have gone through. So I want to know from you, do you find yourself watching video, some sort of video, not counting today, but almost daily? Do you find yourself watching videos daily? Tell me. I'd love to know, because it's been a little bit insane. Oh, thanks, Kim, for telling me that. Kim was just saying lots of issues with it. Okay, but it's sporadic. So, okay, so hopefully we get there. And it's saying, oh, watch on YouTube. Yes, it is playing on YouTube also. Okay. There we go. I had an interruption when I viewed from my laptop, and then from my phone, there's no issues. Okay, this is going to be interesting to go back and watch on the replay. Hopefully it all comes through. If it doesn't, I will come back and I will do this video again, even if it's recorded, because I want to make sure that you get this content, because we're about to dig into some good stuff. Are you ready for the good stuff? All right, here we go. All right, so that's a pretty phenomenal number, and what this can mean for you is a lot of opportunities with growing your business. Imagine, just for a minute, how it would feel to have financial freedom coming from you starting a business, having videos running, and in some cases, selling your products, your goods, your services on auto. Passive income coming in. It's possible if you have the right skill set, but having an excitement to get there is only it's gonna get you so far. You have to be willing to get out there, stop hiding, and realizing that you are actually your billboard for your business. Using the tools of video and podcast and blog are just a way for people to be able to connect with you. But you've got to be willing to do that by sharing a little bit about yourself, sharing your story, sharing more about who you are. And this is a thing. Sometimes many of us will feel a little reluctant to come out and share, get out there and say our story. But the truth is you have a story that can help somebody else that is now going through something that you went through a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Part of that's a little bit of your responsibility to say, hey, I want to make a difference. I want to help these people. And going along with that, also you understanding who is your avatar. And you've probably heard the word avatar. It's the person that you're trying to connect with to make that sale or to do that, that special communication with. So you want to make sure that you're delivering content that they actually want and not just talking about yourself, talking about just your promo. It doesn't serve them. You've got to give them extra value. You've got to be able to provide something of substance. This is not a commercial that you run on TV from the 1990s. It's not. We're in this new time period, which is incredible because we have a chance to actually really personally connect with our target market and not just in a cliche, quick 10-second blip. It's amazing. So if you're finding yourself stumped, I want you to really focus on getting motivated by realizing you have a story within you to share that's going to help people. It might not be, like often I talk about events and marketing because it's my jam of what we do here. Yours could be on wellness or spiritual growth or cooking or, organizing your home or accounting or fill in the blank. But that story that you have within you can't come out until you start to commit and say, I'm going to show up and I'm going to deliver content that my avatar, my prospect, is going to find helpful. If you're coming out and saying, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, guess what? You're not serving them. You've got to find out what are their deep-seated needs and ways that you can help them along that journey. So understanding that people, they actually receive information differently. There's some people that like an auditory experience. Maybe they're working or driving and they can't look at a video, but they can listen. There's other people that like the full immersion. They like video. Sometimes they like video and they won't even listen to it. They'll look at the closed caption. And then some people like written format. They want to be able to scan quickly the text to extract the information that they want. It's just different ways that we all learn. And that's why this 3-day training is super powerful. I'm going to show you ways that you can actually do all of those things almost in one swoop of creating video, podcast, and a blog and creating something that will really resonate with your audience. If that sounds good to you, say, I want to know more. Tell me, I want to know. Let me know. So this is probably one of the things that a lot of people miss because they think that the way that they consume content is the way other people do. And you're missing part of your market. So start to understand, how does your avatar consume? Are they into videos, blogs, podcasts? Like, what's their jam? And one of the things that you may be asking is it worth it? Like, all this effort, I make a video, is it worth it to go and upload it to a podcast? Really? One more thing, Liz? Yeah. One more thing. And I'm going to tell you why, because this can be a game changer. According to HubSpot, 80% of listeners will listen to almost the entire podcast every episode. That's powerful. If you can have people coming back and listening over and over and over again. You don't get those results necessarily on video. And part of it is because you may have people that are engaged in work, they're listening passively, and they're a part of your community. It's powerful. And right now, the face of podcasting is changing dramatically. I don't know if you know this. YouTube does have a spot for podcasts, so you can upload all your podcast stuff there, which is kind of cool. And also, Spotify is now getting into you being able to upload video that goes with your podcast. And even though they sound the same, they're not. It's packaged a little bit differently. So you understanding these cutting edge things that are happening can give you a little bit of an edge and to be able to go further. And in fact, tomorrow we're going to dig in. We're going to talk about streamlining your workload. I'm going to show you how you can do video, audio, and writing all in one swoop. This is going to be such a powerful time saver. I think you're going to want to hug me after we're done. Or maybe I'm going to just want to hug you. So before we jump in, there's 5 key things that I want you to really know from this session that we're doing today. Are you ready? These are things that you should do. Test the water before you go in there and have fun. But these are things that sometimes hold people back. Number 1, for you to do video, it does not mean you got to get out there and shake your money maker. I know TikTok has the fad of like the trending songs and music and dances and woo, it's fun. But this is the thing. You don't have to do that to be able to get an incredible following online and to grow your business. So if that's holding you back, throw it out. It's not true. Also, this is something I want you to repeat over and over and over and over to yourself, is if you're coming on this journey, you have to have patience and you've got to practice over and over, and you've got to be kind to yourself, because each time you're going to find different ways that you can improve your skill set, get better. And it's up to you to say, I'm willing to invest the time, embrace a little bit of the fear or self-consciousness that I have to get better. Just like if you've ever watched a performance online, or not online, in person or online, whether it's a ballerina or a rock band or a symphony or any kind of performance, even football, cheerleading, soccer, they don't go out there one time and say, oh, I just don't get it, I'm not going to do it again. No. You put on those little magic happy shoes and you try again and you practice. And with each practice, you get a little bit better. And part of this involves you developing muscle memory, so that these things that you have to do through the process of podcasting and creating awesome videos, it becomes automatically infused in knowing what it is that you have to do. So I hope that you commit to that part of being persistent, practice, and have patience with yourself. Don't be mean to yourself. I say that to you for a reason, because there's sometimes, even like the beginning of the stream, there's some frustration. I could say, oh my gosh, the world's ending. It's not, guess what? It's not ending. It's not ending. It's not ending. I'm going to be able to maybe learn something from what happened at the beginning of the stream, whether it's Facebook had a hiccup or who knows, maybe I had a hiccup, who knows? But with each stream, you get a little bit better and you improve. And that's part of the fun of the journey. The other thing is don't compare yourself to other people. Just don't do it. Number 1, there's some people that are full of it online. That's a fact. Some people spewing lies, coming up with all kinds of stuff. I made $1 gazillion, but they don't tell you. I had $2 gazillion in expenses. So you don't know other people's story. You don't know if maybe they have a powerful crew behind them that's helping them, or if they maybe have a family that they come from that's helped them through some of the stages that you've got to learn, or maybe they're just like a natural tech genius, or who knows, but their journey is not your journey. It's not. Your journey is your journey. So focus on your lane, focus on your growth at your own speed, and just know as you're creating each live stream or recorded video, you're getting better and you're building up that repertoire so that you can become phenomenal and feel more comfortable. But don't compare yourself. No. Also, this is something that a lot of people don't get. This type of journey, it's a long-term journey. And that includes your investment of time and money. Because, and we're going to talk about this in a little bit, there's different levels or stages that you can go through with creating these awesome productions. And it could be up-leveling your equipment, your software, taking more coaching, training, finding better lighting, better microphones. All of these things can add up, but you don't have to do it all at once. In fact, when I very first started, it wasn't even this phone. I started with this cell phone as my webcam, and it worked for a long time. And we'll talk about this in just a little bit, but I want you to keep in mind, this is a long haul. So if you are running a track race, this is a marathon. It's not a sprint. Okay, and the payoffs will come because you're going to be creating long format that has a long shelf life, along with the opportunity for you to extract like little mini snippet videos for you to be able to do your promos and things that can quickly get people's attention. Because right now, attention spans are dropping with people. I don't know if you know that, pretty dramatically. So the other thing is, another big misconception is that you think you have to have a big audience. You don't need a big audience. In fact, there's many advantages of having a smaller audience, of being able to really provide customized personal support for your clients, being able to provide a different quality experience instead of, selling to the masses. So sometimes people think, I have to have 10,000 views on a video for me to be able to generate income. It's absolutely not true, and I'm living proof of it. I'm going to show you some of the things Wednesday that I have done to be able to generate money from the content I'm creating in multiple ways. So make sure that you tune in for that. That one is actually Thursday. So remember that you don't have to have this big following for you to be able to get it. You just don't. It's not necessary. Hey, Charlene. Welcome. Good to see you here. And I think this becomes one of those things that can be self-defeating for some people, where they look at the video and they say, oh, I only got this many views. But the question is how many of those views were quality leads with the right people? That's the part that's going to matter, is you getting that information in front of the right people. It helps like having like big audiences for some things, but there's other difficulties and struggles that you have to deal with when you have a massive audience. So for instance, even collecting emails, you can get to the point that you're literally spending almost $1,000 a month just for a place to house all those emails. Now, I'm not saying don't try to grow your audience. That would be stupid, flat out stupid. I'm not a clown, okay? I want you to be able to connect with the right people and not allow your mindset to say, I only have 100 people in my group or whatever it is. Who are those 100 people? Are they the right 100 people? That makes the world of difference. Also, Thursday, like I was saying, we're going to dig in. We're going to talk about ways for you to massively generate income. And also we're going to talk about some of the expenses, because some of the stuff that we see online, some of it's fluff. They say don't believe everything you hear or see on the internet. But also when you're taking in sales, you've got to be mindful, if you want to be profitable, that your expenses are not exceeding your costs. So we're going to talk about that too. But before we go anywhere else, this is what we got to talk about. The starting point. Where do you start? So imagine when you first started riding a bike, and if somebody tried to throw you on a dirt bike, you'd be knocking it over and falling all over. You can't do that. And ultimately, most of us start with either training wheels or a parent that's guiding us. You know, maybe we stumble, we get some bruises when we take those training wheels off, but with time we get better, our skill set improves. So we end up needing a better bike, maybe, you know, a better helmet, better tires, maybe a water bottle, whatever it might be. The same thing goes with you getting to new levels with your video and podcast production. And kind of building off of this, it kind of looks like this, where maybe you are at first starting off with your cell phone and you're just using the mic on the end of your phone. Maybe over time you end up getting a camera, like I have a Sony ZV-10. Maybe you end up getting something like that and some audio equipment. And I'll show you one of my favorite pieces of equipment is my Stream Deck. I love this thing. This allows me to do all these fun little things that we're doing. And I first started using StreamYard and then eventually migrated up to Ecamm, which is by far my favorite live streaming software. But all of these things take time, and you've got to be patient with yourself, because in fact these are often some hefty investments over time, and over time it's more affordable than if you go and you're purchasing like $10,000 worth of equipment and software, right? So it isn't something that you have to buy right off the bat. You can just keep stacking, buying a little at a time. That's how I build my studio out, adding more lights as I need it, improving my audio, integrating new features and software. But it wasn't all at once. It was over a long period of time. And as I would add each of these things, you know, finding little tech problems that would happen and fine tune and tweak and try to get it right. But it comes with me having patience with myself and continuing to practice. And I'm saying that for you because as you go down this journey, you're going to see very quickly how it can start to add up, and then you can feel overwhelmed. I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. I want you to just start. Even if you just start with your phone, just start. Get your voice out there and then level up. Maybe the next step is you try StreamYard, and maybe you say, this was so awesome, I want to do full broadcast. And you move into Ecamm if you're a Mac user, or vMix if you use PC, or OBS, Open Broadcast Software. These are very powerful tools that can equip you with an opportunity to grow your business in extraordinary ways. But you've got to be willing to, you know, take those steps. And maybe you're a big player. Maybe you can say, hey, I've got the money to invest and I just want to do it. That's cool. Or you may even be one of those people that you want to come out and produce an awesome podcast or video series, but maybe you don't want to learn the tech. Maybe you want to hire somebody else to do that service for you. It's actually a service that I provide for many of my clients. I'm doing a live remote broadcast where I'm here in Michigan. I have one client in New York, one in California, one in Texas, and one in Ohio. And I do their live streams right here in Michigan. And it's possible for you to be able to do that too. So keep these things in mind. Don't get stuck in the pigeonhole of you either have to buy all the technology at once or you have to learn it all at once. You can upgrade with time, or you can bring in different support system to help you get there a little bit faster. It just depends on what are your goals. It does make it easier for some entrepreneurs to just like plop in front of their computer, build out an awesome presentation, and having somebody else dealing with all the logistics of doing the live broadcast or even actually recording a video so you can use later for a product demo or a sales presentation. So don't limit your mindset on there's only one way. There's so many different ways in how you can do this. And this is the thing, there's a lot of details. We're not going to be able to get through all of them in this 3 days, but there's a lot of different things that you need to factor in when it comes to launching this kind of endeavor, including your studio setup, camera, lighting, storage. That's a big one. If you start doing video, you need to have the right storage, a backup drive, Dropbox. A while ago, I turned off my Dropbox account. I just bought I don't know if I can show it to you. No. Oh. Oh. I bought an external drive, and it, it helped me save actually several $100s a year. I don't know if it was like $400 a year I was spending on Dropbox. So start factoring in those things, because there's different ways that you can do the same thing and not have to spend as much time or money, but it's going to depend on, what's working for you. All right, so going on a little bit further, as you start, you're going to have to sit down, you're going to have to brainstorm some stuff out, thinking about what is your vision, your goal. What are some of your financial goals? What are you hoping to get out of producing killer podcast and video? What benefit do you want your business to have? And become ultra specific. If you have a specific event that you're doing, what are the results that you have? If you have a product that you're getting ready to launch, what do you want to see? Where do you plan on mapping all of those details out? Let me lock this in place. I keep going crazy on the screen. All right. But you've got to map it out. And having this understanding right here of this logistics flow is something that you might not know about. So I want to share it with you. Number one, when you're starting to produce all this content for like your videos, your podcast, you start off where you might be recording it and you have an internal copy, whether on your hard drive, Dropbox, saved someplace. Maybe if it's even uploaded to Facebook. So that's almost like your internal place of where you're keeping your documents. Don't use Facebook just to archive and use as a library for your stuff in case anything happens, okay? Just want to clear that. But one of the things that you have to do is you have to have a spot, we'll call it a hosting spot, sort of like your library that can hold all of these audio files and video files. Now, typically the part that most of us talk about is the social sharing, where you share it to Facebook, YouTube, maybe Rumble, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Telegram, or even like on the podcast side where you might be sending it to iTunes or SoundCloud or Spotify. Different places like that are where you're socially sharing your content so other people can see it. But this is a part that you need to understand, is the housing. So for instance, with video, you may host your video in YouTube. You might use a software like Vimeo or GrooveFunnels so that you can hold those videos there for you to share either through email on your website, different places like that. Now, Vimeo is incredibly powerful. It's more of like a cinematic approach to video, so you may or may not need it, but this is the thing with Vimeo, it has the ability for you to really retain your audience. So typically on YouTube, at the end of the video, you'll have this different pop-up that will say other videos that they can watch, right? Well, if you have somebody in your sales funnel, you don't want to do that. You want to deliver content specific to what you're saying and not distract them to go someplace else. So Vimeo allows you to really have those features so that you can manage it and provide a safety net around the project that you're creating, so you're not like redirecting people to other sources when you're trying to stay focused on your content, trying to have the viewer stay focused on your content. And a while ago, I actually switched to GrooveFunnels. You'll hear me talk about GrooveFunnels all the time. For the most part, it has been pretty powerful. One of the things that I love is it does have the ability to host your videos up to approximately a 1 hour video. And I have found that to be wonderful. That was another thing that saved me literally, I think it was $800 a year because of switching off my Vimeo account. Now, I have some of those videos still there, but I don't use it in my marketing setup and strategy anymore. I'm strictly using YouTube for the public videos and tying all of that in, like uploading my own copy into GrooveFunnels so that I have it available. But the other thing is, this is part that a lot of you may not know about, and I want to dig in with you really quick so that you know. When it comes to podcasting, what's happening is you're uploading your audio file into whoever's hosting it. So you could use Anchor, which is great because it's free, and they do have some video features that you can do along with that. I'm using Spreaker. I've been on it for several years. I actually have 2 podcasts. I don't know if you know that. And it has been fruitful. It's one of those things that I literally have ad money that's coming in passively. So that's been a blessing, but it was one of those things that I worked on over time, and now it's kind of naturally flowing. Some other ones are like Stream Guys, Transistor FM, and there's so many other ones. But what this is it's a place that you upload your audio files to, right? And then let's say iTunes. Let's say you have a channel over on iTunes. iTunes is taking what they call an RSS feed. I think it's Real Simple Signal or something like that. And they're extracting those audio clips and then pushing it through iTunes. So you have to have this place that you're hosting your sound. So these are some ones that, you might want to check out. Anchor could be great just to start to see where you're at with it. I particularly like Spreaker because it does have the ability to easily integrate these ads right into my podcast. And I'm not doing anything other than creating great content. And then Spreaker sending me payments. And then I have my account set up to go to different social places. So it's kind of cool. And this is something that you can easily do. And in fact, tomorrow I'm going to show you ways that you can do the video and at the same time knock out the podcast. Does that sound good to you? So, what did she say? My son needs to hear this sort of stuff. Well, bring him on down, Leah. Bring him on down. Facebook user said, yes, it's me. I'm glad that you helped me with my streams, recording and online streams. I want to create my own podcast channel, show, and hire you to do those. Well, come on down. Let's have a little bit of fun. Yeah, and you can have a lot of fun with podcasts too. I think podcasts can be a little bit more edgy, and there's a lot of opportunity right now with podcasting. In fact, the number of people that are using podcasts, it's still kind of low, but it's growing by leaps and bounds. So there's still so much room, even though there's like millions of podcasts, the amount in perspective or ratio to how many people there are in the world, it's small. So a lot of opportunity. The other thing is when you have like a video file is typically I'm going to bore you with tech talk, but we won't go too crazy. It's usually a .mov file or a .mp4. And then with audio is a .mp3. So with those MP3s, you can easily people can download it on their phone, so they don't necessarily have to be connected to the internet to listen to your content. And it's good for somebody that's driving down the road and they still want to hear what, Mary Lou Who has to say. They've got you on their phone. They can listen to your segment while they're driving home or whatever it is that they're doing that they can't look and watch, right? All right, so we actually are getting pretty close to the end of the time, but I've got a little assignment for you. Tech Troublemaker. Needed you here earlier. I need to find out what's going on with my little latency thing I have going on. But maybe that's the thing I need to do is get over to YouTube more. I have been incredibly negligent with YouTube because I've been a big fan of Facebook. It's helped me grow my company incredibly. But the truth is I do need to change it. So if you want, go subscribe over to my YouTube channel. I'd really appreciate it. Trying to become a little bit more active on that. So, but yes, I agree. This hour absolutely did fly by super fast. But this is the thing. We've got one more thing for you guys. Something that you've got to do for tonight. Are you ready? Who wants some homework? This is good homework because I'm going to tell you what. These are the kind of little tasks that are going to help you get better and creating killer content. So let's go along for a little ride. Whoops. Here we go. We got some homework for you. So, number one, I want you to get to the spot where you get better and better with your content. So, improv is where we're going. We're going to do an improv video. And what I'd like you to do is actually create a 5-minute video. And let's go down here. It's a little cutie girl. She looks all scared. You don't have to be scared. I promise. Nothing scary here. Okay, so this is what I want you to do. I want you to use your cell phone, okay? I want you to record a 5-minute video. Don't make it any longer than 5 minutes, okay? 5-minute video. I want you to just introduce yourself. And you can just record this. You don't have to go live. This is for you, okay? So record your video and explain who you are, what your business is, and then a call to action, like check out my website or check out my Facebook page. All right, those 3 things. Who you are, what you do, and your call to action of where you'd want somebody to go. Then I want you to go back and I want you to watch the video with no audio. So you're going to do a visual test of seeing what you look like, seeing what's going on in your background, checking out sort of the details of what's happening on the visual of your screen. All right? And then I want you to go back and I want you to turn the volume all the way up, flip the phone upside down. I want you to just listen to how you sound. Are you doing like, whatever little quirky filler noise that you make? Could be repeating the same word over and over. Like. One of my words that I say often is so. See what I mean? So I want you to go back and I want you to do that. Listen to it with no video. Watch it with no audio. And I want you to see that's sort of the way that other people are seeing your content. Then I want you to go back and I want you to redo the video one more time after doing that. Now when you do this exercise, it's super important that you are not self-critical or condemning yourself. That's not what this is about. It's not. It's self-abuse. We don't do that here. This is about you looking and seeing, how can I improve? Are you looking at the camera when you talk? Have you ever talked to somebody and they look in the mirror and they're always talking at the mirror? Yeah. Sometimes that's what happens when you just look at your image and you're not looking at the camera. And even when you go like this and you keep cheating and looking over to the side, people can tell. So I want you to be ultra aware of that. And not to the point that you become self-conscious where you're like, oh no, I'm not going to do that again. I'm sharing this with you so you can figure out ways that you can improve your body language, the way that you speak, your mannerisms, the words that you say, that you can pause instead of going, that you pause. Now, to you, the may not seem like that much, but if you've ever been in like one of those lectures where you have a professor that was saying and they do it, 100 times, you start counting. We want to make sure that the presentation and the information that you're sharing is fluid and it keeps people just going in the flow. And I know that you have the ability to do it. So this may seem a little bit cringe, but it will be well worth it, because these are the things that you're going to be able to do to help you take your online presentation to this whole entire different level. So if that sounds good to you, let me know. Who did the shock face? That's funny. I'm going back to see who did that scary face. Don't you be scared. Don't be scared. This is going to be good. And it's not a video that you have to post or anything like that. This is for your own internal use. I want you to work on that. By the end of the week, we might do some live streaming online together and coming up with some other things that are specific to your needs, if that sounds good to you. All right. Like taking a selfie, cringe. You can do it, though. You're brave, Leah. I know you're brave. So definitely drop us a link so that we can follow you. Yeah, you know what? I will come back into the stream and I'll drop a link to my YouTube channel. I would really appreciate that because I do want to get that going. I've really lived in the Facebook realm for a long time because I do love Facebook. And Facebook has treated me good for the most part. But I think that it just comes down to all of us saying, hey, time for me to level up my skill set. You want to know more? We're going to learn more. And in fact, I'm going to see you guys over in the VIP section at about 5 o'clock. So grab that link, come on down, and make sure that you're just doing things each day to level up your skill set. Have fun, and be kind to yourself along the way, okay? All right, that's all I got for you today. In the meantime, be good, be happy, and most definitely be blessed. I'll see you tomorrow, 4 p.m. If you haven't registered, go register now. ElizabethMorosco.com/get motivated. See you guys.
Honey, I got what you want. Give me all of your love, 'cause it's burning hot. It's what you do to me, babe, I can guarantee.